Yo, 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 and away we go. Hello, 2023, and hello, everybody, to the AEW Dynamite Sidecast. New edition? I don't know. Mike the Ref here. Great to see everybody. Wow, do I got a glare on my head here. Maybe I'm just still, red from all the sweating I did during the last stream I did on New Year's Day there, that Just Dance stream. Welcome to everybody. Good to see everyone here today. I am starting to stream a little bit early, but you'll see one little feature here that I've added here in the last couple days. Not only do we have a gold bar right below me, but we also have a countdown. That's the time until Dynamite scheduled to start. So for those that are watching on the VOD, there's your little timeline so you can sync things up a little better here. Gotta try and improve the stream by little bits here and there, right? But yeah, it's great to have everybody here. New year, new Dynamite, from what I've seen pictures of the new set. It looks really interesting. It's been a crazy week. I'll admit, I was supposed to stream yesterday, and I actually got caught up a little bit with what happened there with Damar Hamlin and during the Bills Bengals game. Just want to bring up a quick little story here before we get going here. I've run into a situation before where I actually had a player slip on a patch of water. This is back when you could still play in arenas where there's concrete instead of actual gym flooring. This girl slipped on a patch of water and basically cracked the back of her head on the cement. It looked pretty gruesome. She ended up getting taken out very quickly by an ambulance. Thank goodness they had one at the arena at the time. And there's a lot of talk right now about the NFL saying that they were going to give a 5-minute interval and start up. I know in the situation I was in, and like I said, I've been a referee for 20 years. The tournament organizer asked me if I could get the match going again. That'd be best for everybody to stay focused and whatnot, and let's keep things on time, blah, blah, blah. I know he's just trying to get a tournament in and try to take his mind off it. And me, I'm trying to sit there and be unbiased, right? Both coaches are like, well, we can't do anything with the girls. Are they going to sit here for 2 hours? No, we're going to make them play. So I did the smart thing. You bring the cap, like basically as a referee in volleyball, you're not supposed to talk to the coaches that much, really. I ended up bringing the captains up, which is the only two people that are supposed to come talk to us anyway. And I asked, well, girls, do you really want to play this? No, but our coach says we have to. And I'm like, first of all, you pricks. Second of all, how can I get them out of this without having any problems? Brains up here. I told one of the girls, do me a favor, go take one of you, just subtly go talk to them. Is one of your parents down the corner? Just find somebody, go put a water bottle down at the end of the bench over there. Make sure the lid's off on it, okay? So I went to go back to act like I was talking to another referee, and I'm like, okay, we're not playing on this court with these teams right now. I don't care how we're going to have to do it. The organizer said you had to. I'm like, watch me. So as I'm walking back, I get to play my clumsy self, and I accidentally kicked said water bottle that I asked them to put down. So now we got water all over the court, and if anybody knows anything about concrete, you do not soak up that water whatsoever. It has to take forever to dry. So like, oops. I can't believe I just did that. Girls, I guess we're just not going to be able to play the game right now until we get this cleaned up. I had so many people pissed off at me. I actually got fined for doing that. So by the organization, they wanted me to get fined and whatnot, and I'm like, I didn't care. There's got to be a little bit of common sense put into it. But these last 2 days dealing with Hamlin's injury, it's been really sobering in many ways. So But the one thing I will say about it is the fact that we've actually gone into a situation where his GoFundMe for his toy drive, sorry I don't have the link on me right now, but they've reached over $5 million from going from $2,500 before the game. And last I saw it a little earlier, it was like $2,500. So, or $2,500 all the way up to over $5 million here today. I haven't checked it this afternoon, but it just gives me a little bit of faith in humanity that's what we're getting to see. So, but yeah, just wanted to get that out before, things got a little crazy here on Dynamite tonight. So, new jam-packed show. They got a whole new set up, which I've seen some preliminary pictures. I haven't, like for Dark and Elevation, they've already done the tapings. So those actually look pretty sweet if you ask me. I don't want to describe it. I want you guys to see it yourself here. So surprised they're not openly advertising Bryan Danielson for Dynamite tonight, other than the match against Tony Nese. I believe that's going to be on Friday for Rampage. Might be just an excuse for everybody to come down, or check out the show on Friday, which it really sucks in Canada, where the fact we don't get to see it as easily as you guys get to see it down in the States. Let's see what we got on the lineup here. Oh, they are advertising Danielson Nese. Sorry, my bad. All Elite actually put one out there for it. The Acclaimed versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. Is this going to be a penance win for Jarrett and Lethal for having to put up with Ric Flair's last match? Who knows? Swerve versus AR Fox is going to be a hell of a matchup here. Chris Jericho, Ricky Starks, they've got that. That's one of the bigger matches they got advertised for tonight, and very well could lead off the show. If you want to deal with a hot crowd, you either go with this or you go with Danielson right off the bat. So you got the TNT title with Samoa Joe taking on Darby Allin, so we are going to see a funeral live on TV tonight, so that's always good. And then our women's match is going to be Jade Cargill and Red Velvet against Kiera Hogan and Skye Blue. Sorry. Which we got to start working on that momentum coming out of last week with Hayter and Sheeta. Start getting some really good quality matches in the women's division where Tony Khan has no choice but to expand his women's approach. So it's sort of that chicken and the egg thing. Unfortunately, Tony Khan's decided that the ratings will come before the matches instead of the matches coming before the ratings. I think it's a big misnomer from Tony, but unfortunately, I don't have Tony Khan's money. I wish I did. If I did, then we would actually have no problems here in a lot of things, but I would have to say that like everything's lining up well for next week out in LA for Dynamite. We got the ladder match coming up with Death Triangle taking on the Elite for the Trios Championships. We got Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter taking on Saraya and her tag team partner, which I'm really feeling bad if it is not Mercedes Moné. Whoever it is, if it isn't Mercedes Moné, they are going to be vilified for a very long time. So, this could be Rey Mysterio Royal Rumble 2015 all over again. But yeah, I think the biggest news we've seen right now when it comes to AEW, well, it comes to the wrestling world in general, the debut of Mercedes Moné in New Japan. Came earlier today at Wrestle Kingdom, and I've seen clips here and there of it. I saw the entrance, I saw the outfit, I saw the move that I sure as hell hope is a setup, not a finisher. It's a gory special into an arm breaker. Is it too early for an AEW Hall of Fame? Absolutely it is, Chad, as far as I'm concerned. I think you gotta wait at least 10 years before you get one. Because really, unless you go on for 5 years, you really haven't even established yourself as a company yet, right? By the way, how you doing tonight, Chad? Hope things are going well for you. Yeah, in terms of a Hall of Fame, like, who would you actually put in there right now? I can't think of anybody. Well, there's nobody right now that really stands out to be put in that place right now, so. I hope Cody actually healing. Or Dustin, yeah. I would like to, like, Dustin's going to get his final tour this year, and I'm really actually looking forward to that. I think Dustin very well could be one of the first entrants into whatever Hall of Fame that we got, but as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to a Hall of Fame, unless you got maybe 5 or 6 that you could start your first edition in, and right now everything's just too new, too fresh, too undeveloped to really say if they're gonna have a Hall of Fame there. Hey, Andre, how's it going? If you guys missed it earlier today, Andre C. and Melball actually did a sidecast of Wrestle Kingdom 17 on their Twitch channel. I can imagine you'd be tired. Throwing that body clock off like that is not an easy thing. I might actually catch up on, I don't even know when I'm going to have time to catch up on Wrestle Kingdom myself. We got, I hope Brandy just, because I hope she doesn't wrestle. I don't think Brandy has any intentions of wrestling in the dub right now, so. Turnbuckle talk and Marvel talk. Oh, yeah, that's right. You were all over the OLE network this week. Good on you, sir. Good on you getting your face out there, getting the work in. And I know we're going to have your episode of where you had the Andre week. Your episode of the Top Talent Wrestling Show review will be going up on our... wrong one. There we go. On our YouTube channel here coming up this Friday. So Friday at 8 o'clock. We usually do ours about a week behind everyone else. So that's interesting, Chad. You're talking about Jeff Jarrett here right now. This whole thing with Jeff Jarrett, Max Caster. Well, Chad, Jarrett actually did it on his own podcast. He self-interviewed, basically. Conrad was there to ask some questions, but it's his podcast. And he was talking about a lot of the things that broke down between him and Max Caster, Kurt Angle, the whole personal thing, which I honestly think they shouldn't even have bothered. Like, one line out of a rap once again is going to cause more heat than anything else right now. And Jagger, you just finished the Omega Ospreay match. I've heard that might be another 7-star as always. It's pretty amazing to see what they could do. What Kenny Omega does January 4th every year. Could you imagine him flying back and being on the show here tonight? I can't, but regardless. As we're just moments away here from the start of Dynamite. Here we go. So we will have predictions up as soon as we know where the first match is going to be here. But yeah, like, I'm really happy with what happened out of New Japan here. Did answer some questions I had about the triangle for TNA. I'll be honest, when it comes to personal lives and all that stuff, whoa. There's some pyro, and that is a hell of an interesting backdrop to start off here. Won't happen, the flight's 14 hours, fair enough. What do you guys think about the new entranceway here? Dr. Wadio, how are you doing, my friend? I am really digging this new... It isn't a new logo, it's just... it's a new stage for these guys. And I like that they're getting away from the tunnel, because the tunnel was an AEW or was a TNA thing, right? Forgive me, guys. I'm just getting the first prediction up here. There you go. Predictions are open. The new presentation looks pretty good. Yeah, and yes, hi Darth Mick. Hope you're doing well here tonight. One thing I want to find interesting, Chad, there was a portion of the time where they did the opposite sides, but they eventually moved them both to one side. And they are using a face and a heel side to come down, so that works out. The separated multi-screens is a good look. Didn't want to be too much like WWE giant mega screen. That's the thing. You want to make your presentation look different. Because frankly, the old AEW set, which now I do actually have a collector's item of that back here. I actually picked up a gift for Jupiter Vision here of the actual AEW set. So but also if you go into WWE 2K22, you could basically they're interchangeable screens, right? The AEW and the WWE one at the time. So I like it how you pointed that out. Extra points to you, Darth Wig, on that. Let's just give you an extra. And yes, I did switch the coin up while the little break here for the new year. So now you guys are going to be getting this instead of the old NBA Jam coin. I am working on getting a few more sounds, and I'll talk about a little bit more about the changes here as we go along here, but I want to ask everybody, how was their New Year's? I know that we got a chance to talk a little bit during the Just Dance stream on Sunday, but I was a little busy trying to, not pass out and try to do something there. New glasses, yes, that's one thing I did get for myself. I wanted to get sight because I'm staring in front of the screen all day. I wanted some blue light protection, so I appreciate that. Thank you. This is actually my older style. For years, I went with the rim glasses. By the way, they're also orange and blue, Oilers colors / stream colors. So, a little ironic part about that as well. But up until this year, or the last few years, started going over to the bigger square, like more fashion trend. I just got a little bit more me here now, so. I really do like this Ricky Starks, how he can fire up here. I want to see that match against MJF was not a hiccup. Because I honestly feel that championship match against MJF, he did not have the best effort in. Whether it be nerves of the top match in the company one day or what, but I was not impressed with his match against MJF. But yeah, how was your guys' New Year's? I hope everything went well. Did anybody get anything interesting for the holidays? Yeah, Darthwick, that's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it was just the fact that he's got the biggest match in his life. Jericho seriously wants to. Well, you got a new mic, yeah. I remember seeing the pictures of it. Good on you, Andre. I really like it when production can go up with the new mics and whatnot. New mics, new cameras. So they're doing the TNT as the main event tonight. All right, Undertaker, you take notes on that one. Nice. Starks hitting that. I remember Dean, if you're a local wrestling fan here in Edmonton, Dean Richter did a move like that where he would basically do a F5 halfway down and have the body go down straight first. Didn't get anything for Christmas. Thought about buying SmackDown tickets, but haven't pulled the trigger yet. Could be a good show. It's the first one after the... Well, it all depends on what... Yeah, it all depends on who ends up winning it. Like... Personally, when it comes to the Rumble right now, you're almost looking at Belair.
But I'm better than you. And you...
Sir, 9 months, that's a thing. Congrats on your hard work and effort and what you do for... Darth Mick, thank you. I appreciate it. I still got to fix that damn alert because it won't finish all the way. I appreciate having each and every one of you here. And just the subs, wow, just, yeah, thank you. I don't remember the exact brand. I do know that it was a... I saw the package from Andre. He can probably mention the brand in the chat if you want, but that mic, let's just say it's an up in quality from what you had. I'll still recommend for anybody, if anybody is looking for... Yeah, I saw the McDonald's commercial too, and spicy nuggets just aren't my thing. My stomach has a hard enough time trying to gurgle itself out here, so. If anybody here is looking for a broadcast mic on the cheap, the Elgato Wave 1, like the original model, really excellent microphone. They're actually discontinuing the model, so they got the Wave 1s on sale quite a bit right now, even though Boxing Days are done. Zodiac, how the hell are you doing here tonight? Hope everything's going well for you. Everybody wants spicy nuggets? Well, if Seal Valkyrie was on, I'd get you over there, and then we'd raid over there after tonight, and then you can get her nuggets emoji. Or Reverb Pro, okay. I'm doing well. Got things rolling here. We were just talking a little bit about New Year's, a little bit about Wrestle Kingdom. We did have a question in the chat earlier asking about Should AEW have a Hall of Fame? And I've just said it's way too early for that personally. So I think you got to wait 10 years before you do anything for that. If you want to check the majority of what my Christmas presents was to myself, stop by tomorrow's stream because I got 2 new overlays that I did for starting in Be Right Back screens. I'm actually trying to separate the wrestling streams from the gaming streams, so I did a little nod to NHL 94 with my starting Be Right Back and ending streams for my gaming Twitch nights. So, and I will be working on a new intro for the wrestling side. I just got to get the video together, and if anybody knows me, my video for wrestling is all over the place in about 10 bookcase drives and all over the place here, but it looks like Starks has really found his step here. He's really, his timing's back. Don't want the spicy nuggets, I just want the McNugget buddies, hamburger, grimace, etc. Oh, fair enough. For me, I just want Bullwinkle's back. That's a whole different ball of wax, though. For those that didn't know, Bullwinkle's is basically an original Dave and Buster's, Chuck E. Cheese, etc., etc., etc. But it actually used the Bullwinkle's characters, so... I wonder if actually Andretti's going to come out and make that save because 2.0 is sitting out there. Jesus, those guys are halfway in the ring. Never knew that existed. I think it closed down, had to be late 90s. But yeah, before any Chuck E. Cheese or anything like that existed, we had what was called Bullwinkle's. They'd have a little marionette display with all the characters. They'd have characters going around. Big pizza place. I remember having one birthday out there. I love how they're calling it a thrust kick, not a remake Golden Sunshine. Yeah, I missed that one. So I'm always missing the gooders. I'm not liking that Wolfpack JAS sign. Get a little bit more creative, my friend. Nice block. They used to have one Alice in Wonderland themed. I want to open a place like that and sell edibles to people. Come get stoned and play. I'm surprised they haven't had a place like that yet. Like, not necessarily a... Oh, cameraman shifting. Never mind, he's just trying to get close up to the face. There it is. But of course Aubrey's in the way, so you can't get a good shot. I'm surprised somebody isn't yelling in that cameraman's ear to move. Wow. He's moving. Are you kidding me? A baseball bat to the face and he's still going? We got to get Andretti out there somehow. All right, this crowd's into it a little bit. I don't know if Jericho really kicked out of that. Nice. Very nice DDT there. And here comes the Judas effect. Nope. Okay. Okay. Like, don't get me wrong, I see you guys made the majority pick here. As I pay out those points to the lucky 4 people. Split up 450 points there. Look at Andretti's face. They're really selling that. That is pretty awesome. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't know if it's actually real or not, but if it isn't, then this is how you make a star, boys and girls. Thrust kick equals Cammy. Everything is good with Cammy. Oh, there's Tay and Jay. And of course, Ty only knows one move when it comes to men. There's got to be somebody else coming out. Or are they going to leave Jericho as... Please tell me they got some kind of debut or something to interrupt this. You want to do a new AEW, this is how you do it. Ruby Soho. I think she would have been out there already to deal with it. Or is Stark's going to get written off right now? Yep, no. Yeah, no. This is how you, this is the way you can write off Starks for a while. Which realistically he might need. With the fact that he got, well, basically, he got schooled over by MJF there, just put in a bad position. Interesting way to start out Dynamite. Hey, they got a virtual board in front of themselves. Isn't it rough to see this right now? The fact that Sting and Darby Allin, or not, sorry, I just saw Darby Allin pop on the screen. Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal are now one of your newest contenders for the tag team championships. Like, everybody got moved over to the trios and they forgot about the regular tags. Like, it appears that FTR might be heading out the door. On a prediction losing streak. I lost a couple matches last week. I watched Remember the Game for about half an hour last night and lost every game. Kept betting on Adam to go out before the top 10, and he was on fire. I know. I clipped that one for him when he won that warm-up game. I was on for a little bit. And yeah, he was absolutely on fire. Like, I play a little Tetris 99, but I'm not... I don't know if I haven't got a Tetris Maximus yet, but at the same time, like, man, he was playing godly last night. Like, anybody that got a chance to check him out. And Darthwick, you're on a six game winning streak. Could you teach the Oilers how to do that? Please? Please? So, I know a couple of you in the chat have already checked out Wrestle Kingdom. We've already heard about, the Ospreay Omega match. We already heard Kyrie winning her match rather easily, then Monet coming out. Other than that, for those that saw the show, was it a good show? I'm assuming it's WrestleMania. It should be a good show, but Dr. Warrior, I prefer the commentators table away from ringside. Have since WCW. I like it when you can get as much as you can away from the ring as you're going on here. There's no reason for the commentators to be at ringside unless you want them to get physically involved. And if you have to use the announce table as part of your gimmick, I'm sure there's more tables you can find. The JAS just found some. And with as PG as the commentators have to be now, it's not like you could go turn around and say, oh, as somebody's getting powerbombed through your table. Oh, they're bringing Adam Page out for this one. So, chat, correct me if I'm wrong. Is this one of the few venues that AEW has hit before WWE? Because Climate Pledge is the biggest, is now the new biggest venue in Seattle to use. And look at that, packed to the gills. Didn't sell it as fast as Edmonton, but Edmonton did for Raw, which I hope they do in Winnipeg for AEW too, but like the commentators away from the ring too. Yeah, Jaeger. Like, I think we're all pretty much in agreement with that. Speaking of which, am I the only one annoyed with stuff under the ring? I can understand tables, chairs, trash cans. Never understand why a kendo stick's under the ring. Like, why? You guys can have a purpose, but why a kendo stick? Give me a sec. Jaeger? Yes, this is where the Kraken play. So, in other words, he can't do anything tonight. I'll get to the kendo stick comment about after Paige is done talking here. Bring back the Sonics. Whoa! That's going to come out as a new, that's going to be a new moniker now. Dick in the dirt. When it comes to kendo sticks under the ring, I think it's just more, everybody has their preferred things that they want to use for spots. I don't think the ring crew puts it down there. That's what I'm thinking. When a certain wrestler is out there, like if Sheeta knows she's wrestling, she'll have a couple down there just for her own safety kind of thing. But if you don't have those kind of wrestlers on the card that I'm a total agreement with you, why? They need to stop doing table spots every week. Yeah. That's an old ECW trope that every show would have a table spot in it. This isn't that kind of thing. And now Paige can't react. Paige can't hit Moxley. This is an interesting dynamic here. Moxley going for a little bit of heelish here. I guess the mic's not working in the arena. That's always great on the first night of production. Hey! Ha! There you go. That's an easy pop. We've been able to watch this all on TV, but I love how there's a Adam Cole play Hades side of the background to this one. Where's Miro? I hate that phrase. We've used it too much this week. Ooh, he made a joke. So basically, they're turning a small line into a big storyline here. Is he gonna say something? Is Mox gonna hit? If Mox hits him, he can't go. I love this delivery by Mox. No. Way to make it personal. No music, no nothing. I don't mind that. I think this promo's done about as well as it could be in this situation here. Oh. Now, dude, it's going to be interesting to see what you guys think about this main event here. Whether you're going to have, whether Darby's going to win. Great promo despite the mic fails. Yeah, like, let's face it. Mox, all these polls where he ends up number one and everything, it's well deserved. The number two, well, oh, you can't miss that screech anywhere. All right, let's get this poll together here. But when it comes to Moxley, like, he is one of the... He's the prototypical wrestler for the 2000s. He's got that gritty attitude. He doesn't put up with any crap. All right, let me get this up here. 15 minutes. There you go, kids. I'll give him a 4 for 4 on that one. Skip Bayless is a piece of shit that could go to hell. Sorry, I just no ifs, ands, or buts around that one. The Dixie Carter joke, well, I think Lethal was around a little bit more during the, well, it was post-Hogan era as well, but Andrew Tate, well, he's a self-serving piece of garbage as well, so that's a different story too. Yeah, I'll give him 4 for 4 on all these promos. Total nonstop acclaimed. I think we all could look for that as well. And this crowd's just going absolutely ape crap for the Acclaimed. You gotta love it. And this is how you stretch out a 1 minute match to go 25 minutes. So I wonder if Jarrett, like, if this was a complete work with the Skeletons in the Closet promo that Jarrett did this week on that interview that he did with Conrad Thompson. I wonder who they're going to bring out as the infamous skeleton in the closet that Jarrett could use. That's why I'm a little worried about the outcome of this matchup. There could be a way that this could go the way that we don't want it to. But I will say this, and I think you guys could agree that, as well here, the Acclaimed homegrown champions. Ha! He ain't coming back. There's your little Angle tribute right there. It's actually funny that Caster's more into the Angle thing than Jarrett is. Myself personally, I don't feel. Don't get the Angle thing? Well, Caster uses any little bit of. I don't know if you're familiar with the past about the Angle thing here. Caster will go back and look at your past, and he'll try to use it as part of your shtick. Well, from the time that we were watching TNA, it looked like Jeff Jarrett stole Karen Angle from Kurt Angle and made her Karen Jarrett. Well, Billy's tossed. So I don't know if you knew about it, Zodiac, but yeah, that's a real life thing. And it, up until Jeff came out and talked about the whole, is that true? Is it true? All right, I'll give you that one. But it is actually life imitating art here in that case. So don't know if we really appreciate the fact that they're bringing up dirty laundry when they really didn't need to. With all due respect, that kind of stuff just does not need to be brought up. At least in my opinion. Like, I'm sure Jeff has enough dirt on him that he could, you could find something else to pick on him with. Like, for freak's sakes, he worked Ric Flair's last match. You sure you didn't want to use that one there? You lost to a 74-year-old man that couldn't even remember where he was? To me, that's a bigger insult if you ask me, but... Now we're going to get vintage Jarrett. There it is. Off the ropes. Fargo strut. And of course he's living in the 80s with the old crotch chop again, right? Or the 90s, sorry. God, it feels horrible to... Too much respect for Flair, yeah. They fear Flair. My personal thoughts on that, it's not about respect, it's not about fear. It's one lesson I've learned as I covered local pro wrestling around here in Alberta for, hell, it must have been 6 years. Any kind of recognition that you give to a wrestler, whether it's positive or negative, just gives them more exposure. And I don't even think they want to mention Ric Flair's name anywhere near them. Like, part of this right now, like, this is where we're in that big dilemma for next week for Saraya's tag partner. Now that everybody's even associated Monet with it. If Mercedes Monet does not show up next week, whoever is going to come out is going to get that Rey Mysterio treatment for the Rumble 2015. Going to get booed out of the building. And I'll be honest with you, there's somebody that's probably coming back soon that it very well could be in this case. Someone who went out with a knee injury just a few months ago, or I think about 6 months ago, and that's Chris Statlander. You haven't heard a lot from her lately, but there is a potential she could be the one coming back. And you're telling me that spot there, that spotlight, tag it up with Saraya, take it on the champ and Britt Baker, or the Killer and the Pillar, as they're calling themselves now. By the way, awesome shirt, by the way, for those guys. Those ladies, sorry. The biggest difference in the setup for the two people that it could be in that matchup. If it's Monet, the person makes the match and the person makes the company. If it's somebody like a Statlander instead, it'd be more in the situation of the company and the match makes the person. Because Statlander consistently had a... Caster really going ham here. Statlander had a decent run in the TBS rankings there. She was in that type of territory. But they got to get some fresh blood moved up here. I know I heard Ruby Soho mentioned earlier. That's someone I would expect to get moved up into that spot sooner than later. But if you could interject somebody like a Statlander who does have the skills. Whereas Deeb right now is essentially a trainer for AEW. A trainer and an agent. But she definitely could be used in that situation too. But here's the thing. If you want to take her out, have her take on Hayter, she got to go face somehow. And what in the world? What was that? A straight jacket. Well, Satnam shooting the bird. And here's where we get our guitar spot. Nice. But then the stroke. Yep. Referee missed it. How did I know this was going to happen? Sorry, chat. Yeah. This is the biggest piece of... Uh-oh. I didn't put out the outcome yet. Aubrey's in charge. Aubrey's the local girl, too. Don't forget this. So she's like a god out here. So they're still trying to get Satnam out of here. You knew, Jarrett, it's in the ring. It's going to be a dusty finish, Zodiac. It's like... There's a dusty finish into another dusty finish. This is some sort of... Oh. Zodiac, the only reason I'll enjoy this is hopefully this is no longer a feud. Please let this be a one and done. It's like, why don't all matches have interference get overturned? Let me adjust that 1 second here as soon as Britt and Jamie are done getting themselves over. So she did the tease about the boss joke there. For the record, folks, if you haven't seen it, Mercedes Moné is now calling herself the CEO, not the boss. So take that what you will. It's like, why don't all matches have interference get overturned? Here's where we can... Trust me, I'm grasping at straws. I'm grasping at straws here. But allow me to grasp at a straw. This is one situation where all the referees were at ringside, including the senior official, Aubrey Edwards, who is from Seattle, getting the cheap pop there. But at the fact that the senior referee is out there, and due to shenanigans by a manager as they were throwing out the other guy at ringside, Like I said, this is grasping at straws, and it's a very thin straw with, that breaks very easily. You know those ones you get at 7-Eleven now for your drinks now that you can't have solid ones anymore? That's my reasoning that's why it happened. Very dusty straws. Very dusty straws, very, that Slurpee straw that just gets, as soon as you get home, it gets a hole in the middle, so you can't really use it for anything worthwhile. That's the kind of straw that was pulling. You can't have solid straws? Well, no, we're no longer allowed to have those single-use permanent straws. They're looking at like all that landfill stuff. So now I believe it's 7-Eleven has biodegradable plastic straws, which is one end. And Max actually has paper straws. We have to use paper straws for Slurpees. Imagine how well that goes. That's pretty much my thoughts on it. That sounds gross. I've had paper straws. They suck. Actually, the problem is, no, they don't. They clump up and get hard, and then when you try and... when you got a plastic straw and you try and just break up the ice that's in there so you can just get back into it, you know what happens when you try to break paper, right? Basically, they do this now to encourage you to get the metal reusable ones, or the ones where you got to pay $4 to get a straw these days. They suck at sucking, yeah. I know what you were going at, but the joke was just there, ready to go. You know what's weird? When you have Jack Perry as your main source of promo. That was a thing here in Florida like 3 or 4 months ago. Oh, this is, I don't even know why I'm even bothering, but... I want to see Nice come up with the upset and just piss everybody off. No way in the world do I think this is going to last 15, but... There you go, chat. Just a way to recycle points here. The paper straws left as fast as they came. Yeah, actually now in Canada, they've actually banned single-serve bags as well. So you're still allowed to... Look at this crowd. What if we get MJF interference and another dusty finish? Very well could be a possibility, and that's why somebody threw 250 points over on Tony Nese here. There's very well a way that we could get that here. Did you guys see the poster? You're damn right I threw the points. Did you guys get a chance to see the poster where it says MJF is contractually obligated to show up? I popped when I saw that. You gotta love the fact that Aubrey's out here with Danielson, so it's like the locals match. I'm assuming Aubrey's probably gonna get the main event as well, just because. What do you think happens if Danielson loses? All depends on circumstance. He's going to be loved regardless. So next Friday they're doing Battle of the Belts right after Rampage. They took it off of Saturday. I guess because of football. That makes sense. Damn, do I wish they would give a date for that. They might riot? Quite possibly. They did riot before when he didn't win the Rumble. And this is where this ends real quick. What a flip! Now here's one thing I'm wondering. I know what he's probably got planned to do next. If I was AEW, would I? Here's the thing right here. Okay, you're stomping the head. Because I was gonna say if they start stomping the chest after what happened this week, I'd be a little worried. And once again, the Regal stretch. Sorry about your loss of 250 points there, Darth Mick. And this is where, well, Danielson will get, watch this, watch the mic not work. Again, they'll pull the whole "we can't hear you" again. "50 points, the losing streak is over." No, more like that. Whoops. Sorry, let me fix this up so I can play that again properly. There we go. It's all about magic. He ain't gonna do it down in the... MJF fears Bigfoot. How about no? You kicked my dog. It's true. Chrono Cross in the background. I like that. 4 stars. EQ greater than wow. Okay. Okay. We're going for the lowest hanging fruit here, boys. Lance Storm reference. Nice. And everybody's raised their hand. Oh, this is great. I want to meet MJF's mom. How do you disparage the man from Calgary, Alberta, Canada? Jaeger, I could go into a 5-minute dissertation on how you could do that. Not that man, but a man from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. It's very easy. Oh, Willie Riggs again. Meltzer shot? Oh, yeah, easily. Meltzer shot. SI shot. Sean Ross Sapp. Disco Inferno. Oh, great. Here we go. Thought he was going to bring Willie Riggs up. Thank you. Thank you. What? Really? He wants to use... Thank you, crowd. Okay. So this is how you... I love this. And Danielson's like, no, shut up. You don't get to do this. Oh. Here we go. Zodiac, I think this is where we fit into the too long of a promo category. An Iron Man match at the pay-per-view? Wait. Let's back this up here. An hour Iron Man match at a pay-per-view for AEW. This is... who has 4-hour pay-per-views on the regular, but still, he normally has like 1,600 matches on his card. Then he's going to have a month to appear, or a month to relax. If Dean and I had a kid, he'd be as good of a wrestler as Bryan Danielson and have a kid with a Miz to produce MJF. Nice! Lance Storm with the shot on MJF. Go check out Lance Storm's Twitter right now. Bryan wins the belt, gets injured. That's normally the norm for AEW. Honestly, this might be the first... This will prove a lot for MJF. right, so we got Strickland and Fox coming up next, so that'll be interesting. But yes, Zodiac, this is like, I love the, another good promo, but yes, a few minutes too long. It seems like this is the pattern here with MJF's promos. That's why I enjoyed last week so much, because he didn't have one. Or the promo that he did have was maybe 3 words long, and he had a woman on his arm the whole time, who apparently was not related to Shotzi Blackheart. That was one of the facts that everybody was trying to look up, is this woman related to Shotzi? I hate to break it to you people, but Filipino, you can have more than one Filipino wrestler with tattoos in the world. Who knew? I got a feeling I'll be using that magic sound quite a bit. No, but at least they're laying out a decent storyline going into... we were all trying to figure out how are we going to stretch out this match to get to the pay-per-view, because it almost felt like this one had to end a little early. This one had to end right around... You would think there'd be somewhere in the middle of January, end of January, beginning of February. Like, he's got to have a defense somewhere in the middle there, right? Well, this is a way you can hold it out for a couple months. Let Danielson do the bulk of the work. MJF can cut his promos, as he's going to be. You should get that the more you know chime. I've actually watched a couple Twitch channels where they've actually gotten a DMCA strike for having that one. As crazy as it sounds. So the only way I could actually have it on here is if I make the sound myself, and I don't feel like doing that. Yeah, there's one of my top channels. Actually, it's the one I rated everybody to last week. GPTV. They had 7 or 8 of them like that, and they all had to get redone with custom voices or just plain old muted. So, because that's what their alerts were based on. So that's why I do the generic magic. Thanks for the sound, Elgato Stream Deck. I would say most of these sounds, there's a few odd ones that aren't, but most of them are just, they come with the Stream Deck. So I'll definitely use those for right now, because this does get transferred right onto YouTube right after we're done here, right? Because literally once we get done, I open up my editing software, plug this in, chop off the ends, and edit it out. And as soon as it's edited, it goes straight to YouTube. So they're finally advertising Battle for the Belts. I'm impressed. Oh, the Sabian Cassidy match. Honestly, this might be the time where they end up getting Sabian that championship. I would love to see Kip take it. Oops. You want to talk about a feud that's actually gone with a big question mark here? Now, if you're hearing the cheers for Swerve Strickland in the crowd, he is a former Defy Wrestling champion, which is based out of Seattle. He is actually... good thing you didn't get a strike for a singing rap as crap. My voice ain't that good, Jaeger. I'm more worried about the fact that I didn't get a strike for doing the WAP. Which, yes, I've still got that recorded. I don't know what I want to do with it. Do I really want to put it on YouTube, or I could put it on TikTok and just make it viral? I really do wish that AR Fox got a little bit more of a noticeable signing with AEW. Because he is one of those, like coming out of the Evolve system and whatnot, was one of the top independent wrestlers before getting signed to the AEW brand. Mr. Crowder, Dynamite is going well. We had a nice 15-minute segment with Danielson and MJF exchanging Yamama jokes. We had Jeff Jarrett have a typical Jeff Jarrett dusty finish in his tag match. We opened up with Jericho and Starks won, but is probably going to be on the shelf for a while. Now we got AR Fox and Swerve Strickland going on. Had a lot of talks about a lot of different things here going on. And since Mr. Crowder is here right now, I'll announce it to you guys that Crowder is back on our gaming YouTube channel. Coming up this Monday. Jesus! Sorry. Swerve and AR just decided to do some flippy doos that excited a few people, so. Gotta love it when you can jump off the ropes, do the handstand, flip yourself back over again. But coming up, Jesus. AR just flawlessly going off that side of the ring apron and over. But coming up this Monday, Crowder has a little preview of the latest game for Xbox Game Pass is going to be coming out. That's an interesting way to set up for a spinning suplex. Spinning brainbuster. I think it's called Stranded Water or Stranding Deep, or either way, you're not going to want to miss this. This could be another PJ Masks type release. So, and I know that Crowder had all the fun with it. So, following that, the week after, he's going to have some Fall Guys play, and then the following Monday, he's taking some Japanese lessons, so you get to see how Duolingo works. He's the intelligent one of the group here in Backbreaker Gaming, by the way. You can, getting back to the match here, you can tell Swerve and AR have worked a lot together. And when it comes to AR Fox, I think it more often than not, it's just about opportunity. Because AR Fox definitely does show that he has the ability. He just, once again, like I said, it's just about the opportunity to get in. Triple H didn't have a spot for him in NXT. But now Tony Khan has a spot for him here. I don't know if he's going to stay here or he's going to move over to ROH. Like I've said before, if you haven't been here the last couple... Oh. Sorry, hiccups. If you haven't been here since the last pay-per-view... Full Gear there, my personal belief is I'm giving a free pass to to AEW in terms of what they have on their roster until they start their their ROH show. Because frankly, they could load up their roster at ROH, have half the roster that they have here in AEW. Then everybody starts getting a little bit more screen time based on what they deserve to get. Maybe they'll actually find something that Miro will actually want to play. Rather than just shucking away and letting Ethan Page take his spotlight from him. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, reports have suggested that Miro was supposed to be the man to go through the tournament and face Ricky Starks in the finals of the Eliminator tournament to crown the number one contender for MJF. So if Miro would have been there and took a couple victories and then just got a fluke loss to Ricky Starks, I honestly think he would have done there wouldn't have been a single problem with that. But Miro did, so I'm with Tony Khan on this. You don't like what I'm booking? Then fine, stay home. Don't get me wrong. I don't think Tony Khan's booking worth a crap right now for a lot of things. Nice. These guys are doing a hell of a job in here. Like, I love the fact they're actually letting AR get some match. Oh. Wow. So much fluidity here. Like that German suplex out of nowhere, followed up with the face buster out of nowhere. They're going to have to finish this matchup pretty quick here. What? You want to talk about out of nowhere? That is out of nowhere. Now, that was impressive. Jesus! Are you kidding me? Like, I knew AR Fox had it in him, but I didn't think Swerve would give him this much. But they're going to have to end this real decently quick here because we still got 2 more matches yet. Nice clothesline here. I'll get into the rest of our production stuff coming up here in a few minutes here. What is Parker doing? Oh. Jesus! And the crowd's cheered him on. I wish they would have got a better. They got to come in and turn over the match now. They're not chasing anybody out of ringside, Zodiac. That's where I say the difference is between the two. I know I'm grasping at, like I said, we're grasping at straws here, but no other referees are at ringside right now, are they? And they didn't break up a pin that shouldn't have been broken up. That's the thing as well. There's a bunch of different circumstances behind it. Really? What? All right, well. What the fuck is this booking? All right. They're actually even doing a promo too now. I guess the Mercedes deal fell apart. Wouldn't surprise me, but Tony, I'm sorry, but this is the only way to save. This is the only way to save Tony from the Mysterio treatment, but I still think that she's going to get it through the entire match. Like, don't get me wrong, I am looking forward to it, but I'm also looking forward to the Sheeta heel turn during that match. Because that's probably what's going to happen. I am really hoping that they give like 5 minutes to Joe and Darby. Because I'll guarantee you Danielson and MJF went long, and then the women are going to have to suffer for it. And they won't be here because they're... Did they have a women's match? They were supposed to... Like, it's supposed to be scheduled next. It's Jade and... It's Jade and Velvet versus... Skye and Kiera Hogan. Yeah, the women are going to have to suffer for... It might be AEW's catchphrase at this point. Or they pull WCW and go off air during the match. That's what they were talking about, going past time limit. I listened to it. I rather enjoyed it. And for the record, FTR on the podcast means family, tequila, and wrestling. Hurry the frick up. They're not here. Oh, God. Really? Hurry the frick up. Well, it looks like they're going to get the women's match through a commercial here. Maybe it'll end during the commercial. I'm going to throw it up just because I know it's coming. So I want to ask you guys, while I'm typing this in here, they're using the NBA on NBC music. Yeah, like they're going to be allowed to go 20. What do you think about them trying to use music from other genres since they own the rights to it? I'm all for it, to be perfectly honest. You hated Zodiac? I remember the nostalgia about it, and it gets me excited just to hear it. I don't care if it's for wrestling. I don't care if it's for a video game. I don't care if it's to promote a movie. Oh, geez. Deepest condolences to Dustin right now and his family. I don't know how many of you guys in the chat have dealt with your mother passing, but I actually dealt with that when I was 8. So, or sorry, 9. Doing the math here. It's tough. I don't care how old you are. So this will be interesting. Can they actually... Will Jade's team actually eat a defeat for once? Because very rarely will that happen. But I'm just disappointed the fact that we're at 25-2 and we're getting to the women's match. Like you guys said earlier, it might be a possibility we have to go to the TV time limit for the main event. Might be one of those where they're chasing it off air for the pin. Or Darby might die. They might just shoot him right off the bat, which, I'm not going to say it would hurt my feelings, but, I think Real Velvet takes a loss and creates animosity between Jade and Velvet, leaving Jade more alone. It very well could be in that case. Because you got to remember, Kiera is the one that got fired from the baddies. One thing I will say, though, the women are picking up the speed. I got a feeling Jade's just going to stay on the outside the whole time. You gotta love Jade. She's just sitting there. You better not get beat, girl. All right, picture-in-picture time, kids. Could we see the end of this match happen in picture-in-picture? An inside-out body slam. That's new. I don't hate it. The face is protected there, so... But yeah, it's rough when they have to push their match as fast as they have to right now. Especially with, realistically, 3 of the 4 women in this ring do not have plethoras of experience. You got Jade, who's starting her, was it second or third year? Same thing with Red Velvet. Skye Blue, she's just a youngster. Kiera Hogan's been around for a while. It is amazing, though, to think of right now that 2 years ago now, you had Jade and Red Velvet on opposite sides of the ring facing off against each other while Cody Rhodes is putting Shaquille O'Neal through a table. So, there's some memories for you guys. And that brings back to the question we had earlier. Maybe some of you guys that are just popped in here recently can answer. I know I gave my thoughts already. Do you think that AEW needs a Hall of Fame? Or should have a Hall of Fame yet? We were talking originally about how Dustin deserves basically a Hall of Fame spot, whichever way he is. While I agree that Dustin is a Hall of Famer, and I was with you, you guys are bang on exactly what I was saying. The company's got to be at least 10 years old before they consider it. That's what Impact did, TNA did. I think their first entry was around 2013. Wow. Wow. Just looked at Impact's Hall of Fame was established in 2012. Yeah. I thought it was 2013, but yeah, it was 2012. There's an impromptu hot tag. Isn't Vader in the... Yeah, he was... Vader was put into the WWE Hall of Fame posthumously. Because I think it was like 6 months after he passed. Can't remember the exact year, but yes, he's in there. The WWE's Hall of Fame is the de facto one. Oh, yeah. Donald Trump. Mike Tyson. Kid Rock. There's a lot of things I could say here that Drew Carey. Hate the Vader induction so much. Everyone knew he was dying. They waited until after he was dead to induct him. Exactly. They've done a lot. Well, Vince has done a lot of shady things. It's sort of like saying water's wet. Wait. No way. All right. I'm sort of happy you guys didn't bet a lot on that, because there is a different. It is the way of doing it. It's also the way that not Samoa Joe, Keith Lee did it with. See here. We're gonna hear from the House of Black again. Spit it out, Renee. Attaboy, Jarrett. No holds borrowed. Okay. I'm glad I'm not watching Battle of the Belts on Friday. And you see that I feel bad for Excalibur's lungs right now, because he's just Takeshka, okay. Jungle Hook, they've already got a name. Wow, okay. No wonder he's trying to power through. We got 10 minutes left. Another fan video. And just because it is 1:45, I'm only going to put 10 minutes on this one. AEW is lucky the wrestling is good. This booking has fallen off a cliff. Tony Khan has actually gone into has gone on interviews and stated that he liked it back at WCW and just random people were put in a ring. I think that would be a huge mistake right now. I really wonder if the fact that Darby Allin's home, he's actually going to take the title at home tonight to end the show off on a happy note. I'll be perfectly honest, I hope not. but I wouldn't put it past Tony Khan here at this point. Then you could send Samoa Joe to ROH for the new ROH show coming up. Even have Wardlow come out and cause some interference and whatnot just to drive Zodiac up the wall. Nick Wayne, who he offered a contract to already. No overturning unless we want it to be overturned. Exactly! But now we know the setup for it, and I hate it even more. So, Zodiac, I'm with you on that. I can get all the mental when it comes to dealing with stuff like that. Just because I can understand it doesn't mean I like it. Oh, here comes the Futures contract. He's contracted so they can do whatever they want to him, right? Jesus, Darby's killing himself. Not even it. Bell hasn't even rung yet. And he used the wheel side of the skateboard. Thanks, Tony. You stole my line. All right, well, if there's one way to... Oh, Darby's got to get a spot in, so he's going up to the... Oh, there's a ladder. He'll crash and burn. Joe will bring him back to the ring and, tap him out. Of course, now they bring out a second referee, so Zodiac's just churning right now. And there goes Darby's knee. Told you he's going to die tonight. Joe's got to finish this in relatively quick fashion here. We got 11 minutes to bell time. Watch this. They'll be like, come back for Rampage. You'll see the conclusion of this matchup. And actually, I don't think they're... Actually, I'll correct myself. I don't believe they're taping Rampage tonight. Rampage and Battle of the Belts is being held in Portland, if I do remember correctly. So this is actually a two-shot trip for most of these wrestlers. Playtime's over. Taz says, I don't know what it's going to take to kill Darby, but yeah, ow is one way to put it. Like, for anybody that slipped on a patch of ice these days, you're not going to land on something proper. If you guys weren't around for the pre-show, I do recommend you guys pop back and check out either the VOD or the video on the YouTube channel. You want to talk about, damage and people's reaction to it. I actually gave my thoughts on the whole Damar Hamlin situation and what had happened. What happened to me in a situation where an organization wanted to restart a match after a very serious injury like that. So I would highly recommend you go back and check out the VODs. I don't want to bring up that story again, other than to say prayers for Damar.
One more for the good guys.
Thank you for the follow, Mana OS9. Or 0S9. My apologies, either way. Good to see you here tonight. Hope you're enjoying tonight's edition of AEW Dynamite and the Sidecast here. Great to see that I'm one of the quickest accounts that you followed here since you started on too. So, yeah, they're doing the old stalling bit. Darby going, just basically crumbling outside here. As soon as we're done here, I'm going to head you over to Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots weekly podcast. So, always a lot of fun with those guys. Talking about wrestling for the week. I'm sure they're going to have a lot to say about Mercedes Moné. And now that they can talk about Toni Storm being the partner of Saraya in that women's tag and all the rumors about Mercedes being signed to AEW, they can temporarily be put to bed. This all could be a red herring for the match next week. Darby's always got to do one bump from every wrestler that you just literally sends you in circles 16 ways from sideways. So Darby trying to get sleeper in on Joe. That'll work well. I'm sorry, that's got to ruin your groin more than anything. People start playing up with the stomach. I think it's more the groin than anything. Once again, they were talking about this knee earlier in the match. So this actually makes sense on how they're breaking this up here. Oh, so they said they can go overtime. All right. I guess when you got a crowd this hot right now, you can afford to pay a little extra time, but actually, yeah, that's a good point there. He was working. Yeah, it was the left knee that he was having problems with walking before. Maybe he's an equal opportunity knee wrecker. Just wreck both. I think Darby's just going to get a couple hope spots and Joe's going to kill him off. Unless Wardlow's going to show up. Oh my God! That's gotta suck. I don't care how flexible you are, but that senton when your knees are bent underneath your body, yeah, that's the best way to sum up. Ow, 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 ow. That's the sound I gotta get for the That's what I gotta get for the soundboard. And Darby's bleeding from the chin. How is that happening? Your abdomen's torn now? Yeah, like watching that just, ugh. It's just scary to watch at that point. Shot in the corner there. Yeah, this... We're going to get a reversal out of this? Yep. Nope. Oh, and they were using that. Yep. I was wondering if they're going to use that as a fake. There is no way Darby's winning this, is it? Nope. There it is. And here comes Wardlow. Either that or the crowds really get behind. I guess the crowd's really getting behind Darby. Pulling his inner sting and oh. No way. There is no damn way. No way. Oh my God. Wow. Well, Zodiac, you're a rich man right now. Oh, there's two people in there. Just got 2K apiece. Booking wise, like sentimental story, great. How they did it, probably the only way they could do it. All we get to do is watch Darby die some more now. It's like an NWO confetti party here. Either that or the LA Raiders borrowed their confetti because, you know, they aren't using it for anything. And the Sting show up here. Come on. Come on, Sting. Punch him in the head. Punch him in the head. Turn heel. Seattle native, now two-time champion. Come on, Sting. This new era. Well, a hell of a way to finish off Dynamite tonight, I'll say that. I didn't expect it. I'm sort of happy that they don't have any double champions right now. Unfortunately, it gives away a little bit to that ladder match coming up next week. Because with spoilers, Kenny Omega won the U.S. champion, the IWGP U.S. Championship overnight here against Will Ospreay. So I don't know if they're going to want to have more double champions involved. And Zodiac, I see your point here. The new era is like a lot like the old era. The new era, yeah. New set design does not make an era. Let's put it that way. They need to work on their booking. They need to work on their stories. And like we mentioned earlier here in the chat, if it wasn't for the fact that the wrestling was as good as it is, we probably wouldn't be watching this product right now. They do have a decent story going with MJF and Bryan Danielson. Now that we get the threat of an Iron Man match at the pay-per-view, which I got a feeling that they're going to find a way out of it. That they're, you got points? Tons of points there. Yeah, it was 4K to 50. So, when it comes to the Danielson MJF feud, my personal feeling is that there's going to be a point where Danielson's not going to win it and the whole stipulation is going to get changed. I cannot see Tony Khan booking a 60-minute Iron Man match at a pay-per-view where he can book 14 other matches. Because then he'll have to take it down to 10 or 11. So, but I think one of the biggest issues we got here coming up is they tried to calm down the internet fervor. They basically took away one of the biggest pops they could have had, or one of the biggest down points they could have had. Because this crowd would have went mental if it's not. If it wasn't Mercedes there, right? Damn, card's going to make Wrestle Kingdom look short. Exactly. I give you that, but, you're right. MJF, Danielson, Mox, Hangman, and waiting until next week to see Tony Storm as a red herring or not are the most interesting things. I'm with you, Agger. Like, we got 3 things going on. Now we got the potential Jade and Red Velvet. Hopefully they can find a way to get Red Velvet that title off of Jade. Give her that first victory. And then from there, you can use Jade's momentum. I don't care. 47-1 is still a hell of a record. You can bring her up to take on the main title, not just the TBS championship. You want to get your homegrown stars over? I get it. Jamie Hayter is, to a point, one of your homegrown stars, but Jade is one that you could say legitimately signed up there. Thank you, Dr. Wario. I appreciate having you here. Just so everybody knows, I'll throw it out real quick here, just for signing up. I will be back tomorrow afternoon, probably looking at about 1 o'clock, 1:30 Mountain Time. Gonna be playing A Link to the Past, Zelda: A Link to the Past on Switch Online. Getting ready for a lot of the things we're gonna see this year. A lot of games I haven't played, a lot of games I haven't played in a long time. So that's going to be one of our main games going forward here is Zelda: Link to the Past. See how long it takes me to get through it. I've only been about 3/4 of the way through it before because I have the attention span of a gnat. But yeah, other than that, Ricky Starks might be written off TV for a while because of that table spot, or he could be put in right away. Well, we're not 100% sure either way, so. The gun stuff, I sure as hell hope they move that to ROH and just keep it there. With all decent respect, put it back in ROH where it belongs. If FTR is going to go there, or they're going to go to WWE, or wherever they're going to go. Just, yeah, that segment really didn't need to be there. All in all, I'd say a passable episode of Dynamite tonight. Not the greatest, not the worst, but passable. A good new champion. Might have been champion. Thank God it wasn't, because we had that stupid Dusty finish there. And it was basically an Aubrey pop. That's what that was for. Let's not get anybody here, but...